Hey guys, it's Roya, and today I'll be teaching you how to find kinetic energy. So here's a little squirrel trying to roll his acorn home, and he's having quite a tough time because, he's not the strongest and he needs to get it all the way to his treehouse. But to find how fast he can get the acorn rolling, let's go back to one of our kinematics equations that we learned in one of the previous videos. So as you already know, v squared, final velocity squared, equals initial velocity squared, plus 2 times acceleration times the change in x, which is equal to the displacement. And for our purposes, we can do several things. First, we can change delta x into d, because this is the distance that it moves. Second, we can change a into f over m. And this is because we know that F equals ma, and therefore A equals F over m. Thirdly, we can get rid of this and make it 0, because in the beginning the acorn has no velocity. So if we simplify this, we get something to the effect of v squared equals 2f over m times d. If we simplify this and, or if we move a couple terms over to the side, we get mv squared, we move the m over here and multiply it, divided by 2, which is the same as multiplying by 1/2 to get rid of the 2 over here, equals f times d. Now, this is pretty fascinating because FD, as we know, equals work. And that is in joules. And as we learned just in the video before, work equals kinetic energy, and therefore this must be an equation for kinetic energy. And we know this is true because kinetic energy involves movement, and here we see that velocity squared is a factor, which proves to us, or at least hints to us, that this type of energy involves movement. So this little squirrel over here, when he pushes with 10 newtons over a distance of 5 meters, we see that 10 times 5 equals 50, and that equals 1/2 mv squared. Now let's say for simplicity's sake that the acorn is very, very heavy. Let's say it's 5 kilograms. This will never happen, but just for our math to make it work out. So 50 equals 1/2 times 5 times velocity squared. If we multiply this out, we get 20 equals velocity squared, and we get the velocity equals the square root of 20 meters per second, which equals about 4.5 meters per second. And this is your final answer right here. That's how fast the acorn moves after the squirrel pushes it with 10 newtons for 5 meters.